All right, guys, December edition. You will notice a couple differences in the show. One, I'm taking it serious because it's the end of the year and I've decided to put effort into it. Two, I will be taking the lead. And three, Collectibles asked us, Alex said, hey, instead of just doing this random video where I sit back like a dope and just make a bunch of statements, and he talks too much, instead, he said, why don't you give us like 3 good buys, 3 bad buys? Of course, we couldn't follow direction because, again, aforementioned, we're dopes. So we're going to go with 4 good buys, and then I'm going to crap on 2 of these offerings that I think are absolutely terrible. This is Jesse. You know him. He's the tall fella. We're going to get right into it. That's it. We're going 4 good, 2 bad. I'm going to follow your lead. You've got 1 or 2.
I do.
Are we going first?
I do want to mention, just for our own security's sake, we are not professionals. We're not day traders. We have nothing to do with finance. We are here for education and entertainment purposes only.
Is that supposed to be said for real? Is that a thing?
It is, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Also, we're Sports Cards Nonsense, a podcast from The Ringer, best sports card podcast around. So
that's a fact.
You can't always tell that by watching us on here, but just take our word for it. All right, so Jesse, I like to start negative, so go negative.
So here's the thing, guys. You should be seeing on the screen with us. We're opening up the Collectible app. If you aren't familiar with how any of this works, go back and watch our previous videos. We've basically done a full walkthrough on all of those. This is where we get down and dirty for what we like and dislike. Mike, where are we going first?
I just asked you that.
What'd you say?
Literally just said
you asked me.
Your first pick.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, I feel like we need to go with a positive, and then we'll go negative. How about that? My positive. And I'm going to go ahead and go straight. I'm not going to go to the fun one. I'm going to go to the more serious one. Everybody who's watched any of my previous videos probably knows that I was a little bit of a Shaquille O'Neal fan, mainly for the fact that I finally found someone in similar girth. Fun fact, he announced that he hit over 400 pounds during COVID. I'm not saying how much I weigh, but it may be in a similar realm. But that being said, I felt like he would be a great one to go with. If you go under IPOs, you're going to find coming soon. Under coming soon, we scroll down and we find Shaquille O'Neal 20-pack of PSA 10s of his rookie card.
1992 Topps rookie PSA 10, 20 of these in a basket.
So this is the reason we're starting with this one first too, is because I think this is a good one. However, IPOs have a certain price set on them, but this does not yet because it is not out. It's not available to the public. It will be coming soon. However, the reason why I'm saying this is probably a good investment is because he is criminally underpriced. Right now, this card, a single PSA 10 of his rookie, this is specifically 92 Topps. You're probably seeing that on the screen already, but it goes for about $200. Just absolutely crazy low money. I bought this card maybe 2 months ago for $250, and that was still, I thought that was criminally low, and we've already dropped some more. So that being said, if it comes in anywhere where it's pricing these 20 cards to the equivalent of around $200 each, I would say that's probably not a bad investment.
I'm going to say 250 or less total. Here's the other thing, too, because I know we're in the era where base is terrible. And that is true. Like a lot of new modern base, the pop counts are way through the roof. There's no value there. This card, though, I think it's mischaracterized. There's 2,183 of these. That sounds like a lot, but for one of the most popular players in the history of the game, it's really not. I mean, that's nothing. There's 20,000, Zion, the 20,000 Lucas. There's 2,000 of these. I really don't hate the pop count. I think it all just depends on the price here. But I agree. If it's under like $265 a piece or less, whatever that value comes out to, I think it's a decent buy with upside. Plus, they traded over $325 for months and months. So.
Yeah, that was the thing. At the beginning of the year, it was over $320. That's crazy.
I don't hate it.
All right. So we did positive. You want to go negative?
I want to save my rage for the end.
So let's do all positive.
Yep.
We'll bust up the negative at the end.
The next one is positive, again, with a caveat, though. And I've talked about this before. The 2000 Spectra SPX Spectrum Brady rookie.
This is under IPOs, right?
Under IPOs. It's not officially available yet.
Okay.
It's numbered to 25. Here's the thing. There's no recent comps. And I'll tell you right, it's a pop 5. If you've watched the Brady market like I have, even recent Prism Golds, Gold Kabooms, these things are all 6 figures now. This is a rookie with a pop 5 count that's numbered to 25. I have no idea. There's not a price yet. It's to be announced. I honestly don't know if there's a bad price. I really hate to say that because I think it's also an opportunity for people to be stupid and like just mark things way up.
Yeah.
I really wonder with this card. Like, do you look at the rest of his rookie market? The timing's going to be interesting, too. We're going to come up on the playoffs and the Super Bowl, which at this point, and the dude's going to win an MVP, unless something crazy happens the last few weeks. So I just think this is a card I think this is a great long-term hold, and this is the type of card I think, honestly, a month after, you get a crazy buyout amount from somebody who has to have it. There's Brady guys out there who have no problem dropping high 6, even 7 figures on a card.
Okay.
I think this is a crazy nice one. Boom, roasted. I want to see the price, though. Next.
All right. So next one, I think I want to save that one for the end. You go to your next one, and we'll do the other, my bonus positive one.
I've got one more positive. It's that, again, early offering is available right now. I don't know how you get qualified for that.
Early access?
Early access, I mean.
Okay.
This is already available to early access. It says the offering will be live on December 5th at 8 p.m. for early access, in-app early access. It's a 1986 Flair Jordan. Here's the reason I like this card. I recently bought my own Gem Mint rookie Jordan because I think the market has come way down on these things. Mm-hmm. The other thing I like is it's an SGC 10. I think so here's the deal. I think there's upside for both. First of all, I think there's upside with Jordan rookies, which I did not think that a few months ago.
Yep.
This is... I like the confirmation. Thank you.
You're right,
You're
bud.
doing so good. So here's
the
deal. PSA 10s, especially quality ones like this, this thing looks pretty clean.
Okay.
I found SGC to be pretty consistent with grading. So my thought is with this card is it's trading. The value announced, the market cap, is $190,000. PSA 10s are still doing mid 200s and 300s on really clean copies. I like this card for the overall upside of the card, which again, I think there finally may be some potential upside with Jordans, even though they got too high. I also like the upside with it. I've been saying this anyways for the last few months. I think SGC has upside in and of itself. There's obviously a crazy low pop count because it's an SGC holder.
Yep.
I really think this is a decent card because of the card and the holder. So I do like that one. I will be buying shares of this on Monday morning.
Okay, I have a question for you about this one, though. So say someone wants to take this card, not this one because we're buying shares. You're not actually buying the physical card.
Right.
But say someone did have one of these. Could they take this card, break it, sub it to PSA? Now, granted, I think the better value is to wait as SGC's value continues to go up. But that being said, if they subbed it to PSA, they could hopefully get a 10. If they got a 10, we're saying that those are currently being valued for thousands of dollars,
$50,000 more. Yeah.
So
I mean, the recent comp on this is 195. The 10s are in the 250 range. Here's the thing, though. This is going to cost you, honestly, with the markup, if it were to cross over as a 10, it's going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000 for the grading fee.
So that was my thing. Is
and then what happens if it's a 9?
But that's
you just lost $150,000.
Couldn't you just say hey, I only want this if it's a 10?
Yeah, you can do a GCR. So that a graded card review. Only crack it out and grade it if you're going to cross it. But that's super hard to do. Companies can say whatever they want. That doesn't happen often. And guys who have been in the game who have tried it, when you send a card in another company's grading holder, it's super hard to crack. So I honestly wouldn't. And here's the thing. It just sold at Heritage last month for $192. They're selling it just under that. There's a pop of... and again, I think we get a little too caught up in pop counts. There's 26 in SGC holders. So as SGC continues to gain steam, I think people will start to take note of this and say, hey, maybe... I mean, there's 350... PSA 10s, I believe. I think there's about 300 BGS 9.5s as well.
Okay.
I could be off on both of those numbers, but it's way more than 26. I just think it's a good card. Yeah, I think it's solid.
All right. Well, I actually may be with you on Monday buying into some of these shares. Just as a reminder, guys, buying and selling shares on here kind of goes with the stock market. When the market's open, you can buy and sell shares on here. But we're recording this late in the night on Friday. You couldn't do it. So
you have another positive now?
I have one last positive. This caught my eye just scrolling through here. I was like, what is this colorful thing?
Always catches Jesse's eye, by the way. It's a real pattern with him.
All right, this is your fourth bonus positive. Andre the Giant's jockstrap. Why is... How... I honestly, I just don't understand how this got on here. But in the grand scheme of the internet and weird things happening there...
You're a donkey.
I feel like this is something that would be valuable to... I don't even know how many people, but the value that it's currently at
a lot of perverts out there.
Relatively low. They're saying it's being current market cap is $23,000. I don't know.
What are the comps on this?
I know it's weird.
What are his underpants?
I know it's weird. I'm just saying he's not making any more jock straps. I'm going to tell you that much.
I don't think he ever made any jock straps. Some would argue he never made any.
Waist size just under 60 inches. I mean,
it's pretty big.
I'm under that.
Okay,
so I feel good.
I really thought, I was like, you're way under that, I'm pretty sure.
All right, go ahead and pump the brakes. But
you're doing great.
Anyways, this is a fun one. I just wanted to throw it in there. I can't believe they have this on here. I kind of love it. So that's your last bonus positive one.
Do I get to crap on some stuff now?
All right, let's go at it.
Okay, I also want you to pull these two up under top gainers.
Okay.
Just so the audience can see. So top gainers, I believe.
So I'm going to go...
Go to overview.
Yup. Overview.
Then top gainers.
First one.
Luka, Zion, Ja, Trey. So it's a 4-card basket, all PSA 10s.
Silvers.
PSA 10 Prism Silvers.
Yep.
21,000 is the market cap right now. How this is a top gainer is beyond me. Zion is probably the same size waist as Andre the Giant at this point. I would not mess with him. Ja is out. Trey is playing good, but low right now.
Yeah.
Luka stuff that's not crazy high end is down. I would get out of this thing immediately because I think we're going to see the trend with 2018 and newer basketball. First of all, we've already seen the demonization of base. I think we're going to see the next level to even start to affect silvers. Like, yeah, silvers are cool. There are way fewer of those than there are base.
Yep.
But I still worry about the high pop counts and the perception more than anything. I would get out. How is this a top gainer, by the way? I actually don't understand.
I mean, the initial offering started out at 44,000. It has now dropped down to 20,000.
Okay,
so
it's down.
It's definitely come down. So it's probably just saying.
So
it's
highlight
up.
for them too. So the highlight here is it is down 52%. Correct, since March 18th.
Yes, yeah. Let me go all the way back.
I mean, that shows you how much. And I honestly, some people would look at this and say, "Hey, we're at the floor. It's time to buy in." With this foursome here, I don't. I would get out of this. I think this thing continues to move down as opposed to do anything solid because you've got some dead weight in that basket.
Okay,
that is a basket of crap, I would say. The other one,
all right.
and I would like to see the stats on this one. Same thing, top 25, MPJ. Like at this point. Again, let's just use Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant has a healthier back than Michael Porter Jr.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honey.
He had a really bad back.
It's just true. So this thing, again, it says top gainer. Explain this to me.
So this says top gainer.
How?
It's in the top gainer section. Maybe it's depicting... Oh, so it's 1 day. So these are... On the main page, it shows top gainers for 1 day. But when you go into it, it's showing all time.
Okay, so this is a one of one.
Day.
This is a 2018... Contenders Championship ticket. It's a BGS 9. It's a true one of one. I think it's cute. They also put it's a pop one. Well, yeah, it's a 1-on-1 card. We know it's a pop one.
Oh, do you
but that's
see
cute.
what it was offered at and what it's at now? It's
so
already.
What was the initial offering?
Initial offering 30,000.
Yeah.
And it's down to
Here's
being
my
valued at 57.
So I have issues with this card overall. First of all, it's not a 9.5/10. If you're gonna go BGS, I hate anything under a 9.5 for modern stuff. The other thing, it's contenders. Contenders in basketball, I just don't think is like that great of a. It just doesn't carry the prestige as it does in football for sure.
Okay.
And here's the problem with Michael Porter Jr. When is he going to be on the court again? So this thing is down a total of 81% from its initial offering. Again, some guys would look at this, oh, well, we're at the floor. I really don't. I think you could set Michael Porter Jr. cards on fire. In 60 seconds from now, they're worth the same value as before you lit the flame.
Oh,
It is brutal. The owner retained, here's the real winner in this whole deal. The owner retained $12,500 in equity and made a ton. That dude made out like a bandit. Good on you for selling. 6 months ago when this was, is it 6 months old? How old is this offering?
Back in March, it looks like.
No, September 4th.
September 4th.
Is that not right?
No, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, 3.5 months ago, this thing was probably worth close to that. A lot of hype around him. Good on the dude for selling, but this is also a great thing to keep in mind. Like some of these things, just because they're an IPO, like I'm not messing around IPOs with young dudes. There's Clemente jerseys on here. Cool. Willie Mays. There's a Wilt Chamberlain game-used jersey from his rookie year. I'm all in on that kind of stuff. The Brady to 25 rookie, that card may literally never see a market anywhere, open market again. I'm in on stuff like that.
Okay.
When I see modern day stuff, though, this is the true risk reward. These are the penny stocks. This kid legitimately has played less than a full season of above average basketball. Hyped out of his mind, I just don't buy it. And now the worst happens. You see a major injury, and it's a pattern. He's been injured since college, probably even into high school. I just think, honestly, I hate to say it, at 81% loss, I'm cutting all my losses. I'm walking away with pennies on the dollar. I'm totally out. So There you go. I like that we got to end on negative. I get much more excited to be negative than I do positive. So that is your December collectible video from me and Jesse. Jesse's known as a sports boy. We are Sports Cards Nonsense on the Ringer Podcast Network. 4 good buys because we are doubly positive as we are
So
negative.
positive, bro.
And a couple of baskets of crap at the end. So there you go. Make sure you get in, invest, do what you want, spend your money wisely. Don't listen to morons like me, Jesse, or anybody else. Do your research. Pick things you think are going to be good investments and spend your money wisely. Goodbye.
Bye.